this is like easier when you're on the motorcycle and you don't actually have to like look in the camera. Jeez, all you vloggers out there, kudos to you guys, man. What's up guys, we're in my garage today and we're gonna be working on the XSR 700. We'll be doing the most basic of all the basic maintenances, and that's to change the oil. A lot of people take this to the dealership to have it done. I don't know why, it's quite easy, and hopefully this video can actually show you that it's easy and you can actually do it at home by yourself. So first of all, the oil. I'm using Motul 7100 4T10W40. I've been using Motul for a long time now. I've used 300V in my bike. I just stick to what I know. Motorcycle oil to motorcyclists is quite a religion. Everybody has their own opinions on what is better, what is the best. I'm not gonna get into it because it's a lot of rigmarole. You decide what is good for you and you decide what is good for your bike. Just go with the good oil. And next I have a K&N oil filter. The best thing about this is that it has a 17mm nut head on top of it. It makes removing this a lot easier if you don't have an oil removal tool. The other part about it is that if you can see in it, there's a hole in the nut. That's for safety wiring, and a lot of track day organization, and if you're racing, requires you to safety wire your oil filter to the bike in order for it not to spin off and throw oil all over the track. This beats using a metal clamp, which I've used in the past. It's just a little bit easier and you get a 2-for-1. I mean, you're paying a little bit extra, but the assurance and the reassurance is there. That's kind of why you pay for it. It's a nice little feature to have, honestly. And also a little piece of insurance is a crush washer. This is like 30 cents. You can find a lot of crush washers all over your hardware store, or just pop into your local motorcycle shop and just pick one of these babies up. This is to ensure like no leaks happen when you take off the oil drain plug. Of course, you got shop rags, gloves, filler funnels, drain pans, and the only hand tool I'm going to be using today is a wrench with a 17mm socket. The reason why it's only this is my bike has no other fairings. The filter is down there, right next to the drain plug. So it makes doing this extremely easy. So I might be a little bit biased of why I do this at home and not take it to the dealership. But if you have fairings on your bike, you will need maybe a 4, 5, and 6mm Allen key, and then you'll be able to take off the parts of the fairings that are in the way of the filter and the drain plug. How I normally do my oil changes is pretty simple. I start the bike, I let it run for a couple minutes to warm the oil up if it hasn't been run all day. That allows it to be less viscous, so it can drain a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. After the bike is warmed up for a couple minutes, I shut it off, I put the pan underneath, I open up the drain plug, let it drain out, and then I clean the plug if it's collected any metal scraps. And then after that's done draining, I would take off the old oil filter, let that drain, and then I will replace the drain plug with the new crush washer, tighten it on. You can also torque it down to whatever specs for your bike. And next you would want to take the oil filter, fill it up halfway with oil, take a little bit of oil and then just put it around the ring so it doesn't get stuck. I've never seen one get stuck, but I've always put a little bit of oil around the ring. Set that onto the bike, twist it on. You can also torque it down, or you can just hand tight quarter turn it, which is what I normally do anyways. Clean up any other oil bits around, especially if it's under your exhaust, because once your exhaust heats up, it's gonna smoke quite a bit. Make sure you fill it up to whatever is specified in your owner's manual, so double check that and don't go over it. A lot of bike has an oil dipstick, which is fantastic. My old R6 had an oil dipstick, which is great. If not, you can check, you can put your bike on a stand or have someone hold it up and check down below. There's a little window. If it's halfway, normally it's good, it's filled up. You can also see it spinning. If there's anything looks weird, you can see it through that window. That's basically how you check your oil level, is that little tiny window. And after, I will let it run for a couple more minutes, check for any leaks, and if there's none, pat yourself on the back and go for a ride because it's done, bye-bye. I don't know why I said that. It's just like, I don't know why I said that. That was terrible. It's hot, so hot.